Welcome back into the DDSN Diamond Report. We're here for episode number 22. It's 9:57 a.m. So it's Thursday. We got we got a short afternoon baseball slate with a couple of evening games. We had a huge day yesterday, so hopefully you watched the full show. We had a huge winning day, made up for the day before. I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers on YouTube and TikTok. A lot of great feedback and a lot of great comments and questions and likes coming through on TikTok, so we appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and get into these games because, like I said, they start early around around noon. So let's get started. All right, as always, the all numbers via BetOnline in the description below, as well as our record, full transparency. We're in the green. We have reached over 100 wins on our sides for the season. Much better than our losses. 103 and 99, up almost 4 units. Our totals are improving. We went 3-0 yesterday. Let's get into today's games. All right. Atlanta Braves minus 135. They are Richie on the mound. The Braves number 2 overall prospect, and I believe he's around in the top 70, maybe 73 in Baseball America prospect list. So he's making his MLB debut today on the mound at Washington against the Nationals. Nats are plus 122 with Cade Cavalli on the mound. Surprisingly, Cade Cavalli has not faced the Braves yet in his career. So this should be an interesting matchup, but we have to do it. We have to go with the Braves at a price like this with a top prospect pitcher coming in for Atlanta. So we get a top prospect on the mound. We get a cheap price and this Braves offense. It's not like the Nationals are going to be avoiding a sweep here. They did get a win earlier in the series, game 2. So we don't have to worry about that. It is a 4-game series, but I do like the Braves here at this price. Let's go with the Braves money line minus 135. Next game, Milwaukee Brewers plus 197. Brandon Sproat on the mound against the Detroit Tigers minus 220. Tarek Skubal on the mound. Yes, that makes sense. This Tigers offense may have found itself. They did have a great game last night, and they took down our Brewers. Took a shot with the Brewers at plus money. The offense just wasn't there. You got to give credit to Tigers offense and Casey Mize. I think Detroit has another great game here against Milwaukee. Sproat has not been great for the Brewers, and Tarek Skubal may have found his way back as well as this offense. So let's go ahead and play the run line. This is the best price we can get with this Tigers team, but we're going to trust this offense, fading Brandon Sproat for the Brewers. Give us the Tigers minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 102. I think you could even find some plus money. Next game, laughable. Philadelphia Phillies favored, minus 116. Christopher Sanchez on the mound against the Chicago Cubs, plus 105. Edward Cabrera on the mound. We've talked about this since day one. Christopher Sanchez has gone from a minus 220 to 240 favorite, and he's still being favored. Even though it is minus 116, it makes absolutely no sense. Yes, he's a lefty. Cubs aren't the best, but they're not bad against left-handed pitching. But why would we want to buy on this Phillies team? We know Sanchez hasn't been great. He has been overrated and overvalued in the betting markets, and this Cubs team is still undervalued. Nobody's giving this offense any respect, this pitching staff any respect, and they haven't even needed to use their bullpen because their offense is unstoppable right now. We're getting plus money with Chicago Cubs. This is an automatic bet. Give me the Cubs plus 105. It's just a no-brainer. Next game, San Diego Padres minus 145. Matt Waldron on the mound against the Colorado Rockies. Rockies are plus 131. And Feltner on the mound. We talked about it. We've been talking about it for weeks. This Padres offense is hot, but one of the 2 games that they've lost in this 10 to 15 game run or so, Matt Waldron did pitch. And of course, we did back the Padres in that game, and they lost. Go figure. Right. And now they're going against Ryan Feltner, who did get beat up against the Padres a couple weeks ago. So what are we going to do in this game? We got our game under last night. It was perfect, went everything to plan, except at the end of the game, the ball did start to fly once the sun went down, but we still managed to keep the game under the total. That was perfect. The Rockies found a way to get to Walker Buehler, which we expected that. I expected that to happen in the first matchup, but Buehler was amazing. Not so much in this second time around. Something to watch whenever they play the Rockies. another time. So I don't know what it was, but the Rockies knew something on Walker Buehler. They were hitting everything, just smashing it to the right side of the infield, and they're just getting singles and doubles in that huge ballpark. So it worked out. Rockies, we know, we've talked about the Rockies. They are a momentum team, especially offensively. And they've got the momentum going right now. Can we trust Matt Waldron? Can he bounce back? His first start last week was his first one, I believe, in over a year. So we'll see how things play out here. But I think the Rockies, again, a team that, with two, I wouldn't say bad pitchers, because I actually do like Ryan Feltner, but he did struggle in that first meeting. I think the Rockies can get another win in a row, kind of like they did against the Dodgers, winning back-to-back games. Go ahead and give me the Rockies plus 131, but I think we get a lot of runs in this game. So give me the total over 11 runs, minus 110. Next game, Chicago White Sox plus 138. Davis Martin on the mound against the Arizona Diamondbacks, minus 152. Mike Soroka on the mound. We were all over this game last night. We had everything on the Diamondbacks. First, the run line, the first 5 run line, it all came through for us. They did start in a little bit of a hole, I think down 2-0, but they came storming back offensively. Amazing game offensively from both teams, but more so for the Diamondbacks. Now, I think we get this game under the total after a crazy offensive night. Quick turnaround here, kind of a day game for both teams, and 2 great pitchers on the mound. We got to give respect to Davis Martin. He's actually pitched really well this season. And Mike Soroka, flying under the radar, 4-0. He's having a great year, a beginning of the year. So let's go ahead and take this one. First 5 under 4.5 plus 100. Also under 8.5 minus 105 for the game. This is a little bit of a kinky bet. And, with both of these offenses, the way they're playing right now, this game could, we could see 10 to 12 runs, even 15 runs. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I have to go contrarian here because of the way both of these pitchers are playing and the way the game soared over the total yesterday with all of that offense, even from the day before. That's why we're going under. Next game, Los Angeles Dodgers minus 153. Tyler Glasnow on the mound against the San Francisco Giants. Giants are plus 139. The Fighting Vitellos, don't look now, but they've won 5 out of their last 6 games, and they're looking to sweep the Dodgers here. And they have Logan Webb on the mound. So neither Logan Webb nor Tyler Glasnow has played great against each other's offense. So this is kind of an interesting game because the Dodgers are trying to avoid the sweep. Giants are trying to sweep the Dodgers, which would be huge for them and their momentum. And rookie manager Tony Vitello. I don't know this Dodgers offense. They usually come out swinging to avoid the sweep. I do think it's a good play to back the Dodgers, but, we have to kind of wait and see. The one thing I do like here is this to get over the total. I thought the total was low here at 7.5. I thought we would at least get an 8, but because of the way that the first 2 games went under by a large margin, which, we predicted one of them, 1.5, no 1. It doesn't matter. I think we get this one over the total. Again, like I said, the Dodgers love avoiding the sweep, and usually that's when the offense shows up. The Giants, I think they can get a couple runs on Tyler Glasnow. So if we can get a 5-3 type of game, that would be perfect. Give me over 7.5 runs, minus 105. I think this total is a little exaggerated based off of the way the first 2 games have gone. Next game, my favorite game of the day, New York Yankees minus 141. Cam Schlittler on the mound against the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox are plus 128 with Peyton Toley on the mound. Rookie left-handed pitcher. Hasn't faced the Yankees before. And to correct myself, I thought Toley pitched in the playoffs last year, but it was Conley early. So I was right the first time, or wrong. I don't remember what I said. I just couldn't remember. But I love the way Schlittler has played against Boston. Boston's struggling right now, especially offensively. So the last thing that they want to see is Cam Schlittler on the mound against their, on their rival team. This price should be, we're getting a great price here. There's just no respect really for whatever reason for this Yankees team. I don't respect the Red Sox offense right now. Yeah, it's just not good. And it's okay to say that. So let's go ahead and take the Yankees minus 141. You could even take them on the run line because, I think the Yankees get another shutout. Just the way this pitching staff has been for the Yankees against the Boston Red Sox, they just own them. So if you want to take the run line, I totally understand that. It's plus 108, so you're getting a good number. Actually, I am going to add that. I'm going to add that because I'm talking about it. I'm going to go ahead and officially add it. And I did bet it earlier. But That's why I'm adding it for sure. Anyways, Yankees on the money line and on the run line. Next game, Minnesota Twins minus 110 with Joe Ryan on the mound against the New York Mets, who are plus 100 even money with Christian Scott on the mound. Christian Scott hasn't pitched or started since 2000, coming in cold onto a cold New York Mets team. The Mets, they finally won last night. They snapped their losing streak, and they did a lot of this. They did a lot of talking last night. Weaver, the closer, a lot of talking. He escaped like a bases loaded jam, but they did a lot of talking, and they probably did a lot of drinking last night to celebrate not being a losers for the first time in a month. I don't buy it. Give me the Minnesota Twins minus 110. Joe Ryan has been great this year, and he's pitched well against the Mets before. I'm just not buying this Christian Scott off the couch after 2 years getting the Mets a win, and I disagree with the pricing as well. I think the Twins should be a little bit more of a favorite here. I could be wrong, but go ahead and give me the Twins. Last game of the night, Pittsburgh Pirates plus 138 with Bubba Chandler on the mound against the Texas Rangers minus 152, Jacob deGrom on the mound. Huge number here for the Rangers and deGrom. They're trying to avoid the sweep. They tried to come back last night, but O'Neal Cruz said, "Sir." Huge bomb in the ninth inning to shut it down and get the win for the Pirates. Now we've got Bubba Chandler on the mound, and this Pirates offense, a lot of the players, Gonzalez, Horowitz, Bart, they've played well against Jacob deGrom. I just disagree with this price here. This is a little bit of a historical respect price for Jacob deGrom, minus 152. I also understand the Rangers are trying to avoid the sweep, but it's just way too high, and no respect to this Pirates offense or Bubba Chandler. I don't agree with the pricing here. I think we're getting a great price with the Pirates to go for the sweep, and the Rangers have also been swept a few times already this season, and we've had the Reds whenever they swept the Rangers in Arlington, and then we bet on the Rangers on Sunday to avoid this. No, they didn't get swept. Rangers won game 1 against Mariners. But again, when they were at home against the Reds, they got swept, another NL Central team. And I think the Pirates get the sweep here. I just disagree with the price, and we're getting a great number with this red-hot Pirates offense against a so-so, more like a lukewarm, coldish Texas Rangers team. And bullpen. Let's not forget, Rangers bullpen was one of the best to start the season, but after the last 2 weeks against the Mariners and then last night, this bullpen has been getting blown up since the Athletics series. It has not gone well for the bullpen, and that's something that we're going to need to monitor because they have a bunch of middle relievers. They just don't have a closer. So that's everything for today. Again, I appreciate everyone for watching, following along, subscribing on YouTube and TikTok, liking the videos. That keeps the algorithm going. I appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get another winning day, stack another one on top of last night's great night. Be sure to watch the full show. Clips will be up soon. Green is good. Good luck to everyone, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.